I flew into Washington, D.C. Sunday night, left my family early, and
Didn't do the Memorial Day in Colorado?
No, didn't do that. You know, supposed to go on a Memorial Day bike ride, and so my trike is left parked. And I came out here. I did go to Arlington, pay my respects to our fallen heroes. But, you know, while we're supposed to be remembering those heroes and everything that they fought for, that they sacrificed, the ultimate sacrifice was given for our freedoms, our country. You know, we have backhanded deals being made here in Washington, D.C., undercutting everything that those great men and women fought for.
Wait, what was that?
We're supposed to be remembering those heroes and everything that they fought for, that they sacrificed, the ultimate sacrifice was given for our freedoms, our country. You know, we have backhanded deals being made here in Washington, D.C., undercutting everything that those great men and women fought for.
Welcome back to another episode of What Was That? The show where we dive deep into the world of politics and ask the burning question, what was that? I'm your host, Gabe Sanchez, and today we're serving up a piping hot dish of hypocrisy brought to you by none other than the clown known as Lauren Boebert. Lauren Boebert is a self-proclaimed champion of patriotism and freedom, but really, she's like a one-woman QAnon show full of idiocy and bigotry, from giving customers diarrhea-inducing pork sliders to getting upset at President Biden for wanting to fight hate and anti-Semitism. Geez, way to tell on yourself and show your true Nazi colors there, Bobo. I mean, Lauren Boebert has a criminal rap sheet longer than the McCarthy-Biden debt limit bill that Republicans didn't read. And just last year, Boebert's son called 911 in tears to report his father throwing him around the house. And guess what? Boebert's immediate response was to cover for her husband physically abusing their child.
He's just like throwing me across the house. I don't know why he got mad. He just started yelling at me and he started throwing me. Jason Boebert.
Oh, and that would be the same teenage boy who got a high school girl pregnant, but don't worry. Boebert says she's very excited to be a 36-year-old grandmother.
I'm a mom of 4 boys. And I've said many times, Jason and I, we are raising our 4 boys to be men before liberals teach them to be women. But I leaned over and I asked my husband if it was appropriate to announce this here today. So I'm going to tell you all for the first time in a public setting that not only am I a mom of 4 boys, but come April, I will be a Gigi to a brand new grandson. And Jason and I are so excited to welcome this new life into our family.
But hey, what do we expect from the woman who thinks that having kids is cheaper than paying for birth control?
I left a prescription at a pharmacy once. I went to get birth control. And I was there at the counter and went to pay for it, and the price was very, very high. I said, wow, is this a 3-6-month prescription? No, ma'am, this is 1 month. And I said, it's cheaper to have a kid. And I left it there, and now I have my 3rd son, Caden Boebert.
Today's lesson in Maganomics was brought to you by Professor Dumbass. And recently, Boebert allegedly had an affair with right-wing Christian country singer Sean Foyt. You know, the guy who looks like he dumped a bowl of ramen noodles on his head. Oh, and of course, the ramen shaman is married. And now Lauren Boebert has officially filed for divorce. Coincidence, or is there more going on than meets the eye? I can't say for certain, but the timing is a bit odd if you ask me. And again, I'm just asking questions about a congresswoman who loves to lecture others about female bodily autonomy, family values, and yes, of course, marriage.
And if you start chasing Jesus with everything that you have, I promise you, your husband will chase you chasing Jesus.
Anyway, on Memorial Day, Boebert released a video expressing her unwavering support for American veterans.
I'm here in Arlington National Cemetery, where more than 400,000 of America's heroes have been laid to rest. Nowhere else in the world embodies the strength and devotion of our nation's military quite like this. Standing here at our nation's most hallowed ground, I have so much gratitude and respect for our fallen soldiers who have sacrificed their lives to protect America and our freedoms. Today, we honor our men and women in uniform who made the ultimate sacrifice both at home and abroad. As we mourn our nation's greatest heroes, let us remember the legacy and the sacrifices of those who put it all on the line to defend liberty, our constitutional republic, and our American values that make America the best country in the world. God bless the fallen, and may God bless the United States of America.
In fact, she even released a second video that was just as performative and even worse.
Please join me today to honor and remember all of our military heroes who died while serving our country. We will never be able to thank them or honor them enough for making the ultimate sacrifice to defend us and our freedom. On this Memorial Day, God bless our nation's fallen heroes. God bless each and every one of you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Oh my God, the audacity. It's like a masterclass in political gymnastics. I almost expected her to do a backflip while waving the American flag, but hey, that's probably already reserved for the 4th of July, right? Now, don't get me wrong, supporting veterans is a noble cause, but when you take a closer look at Boebert's track record, it's like trying to find logic in a Steven Seagal movie plot. It just doesn't add up. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Remember when Congress had the opportunity to pass multiple bills that would provide crucial support to our veterans? Well, guess who stood front and center saying, no thanks? That's right, our very own Lauren Boebert. She's got a knack for saying one thing and doing another, like a true Republican caught in a revolving door. Ever since Boebert got to Congress, she's played the same tune again and again for our military, and it sounds a little something like this. I voted no, but thank you for your service. Lauren Boebert voted against strengthening the ability of the VA's Inspector General to provide fair legal defense for vets. And she voted against expanding mental health treatments and other recovery services for vets. And she also voted against an act that promotes recruiting vets into apprenticeships. I mean, who needs job training when you can just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? She also voted against expanding the eligibility of the GI Bill and other VA programs, as well as voting against a bill that would have made education assistance more accessible for vets. But then again, seeing as Boebert wants to abolish the Department of Education, that one makes a lot of sense. Boebert also voted against passing a bill improving the process of hearings for those involved in military sexual trauma. Lauren Boebert is truly an ally for women. Boebert also voted against passing training for maternity care providers serving vets, with a focus on vets of ethnic and racial disparity. I imagine Lauren Boebert's thought process goes something like this. Oh, a bill to improve mental health services for veterans? Nope, don't need that. A bill to increase funding for job training? Nah, too costly. Oh wait, there's a bill to name a post office after a white supremacist veteran? Now that's something I can get behind. There are countless more times during Lauren Boebert's tenure where she voted against helping our veterans, like the PACT Act that gives vets exposed to burn pits access to VA healthcare. Which is rich when you remember that just days before that, she heckled President Biden while he was speaking during the State of the Union about the need to help veterans when they return from the battlefield, not to mention sharing his own loss of a son to cancer.
These burn pits that incinerate waste, the waste of war, medical and hazardous material, jet fuel, and so much more. And they come home, many of the world's fittest and best trained warriors in the world. Never the same. Headaches, numbness, dizziness. A cancer that would put them in a flag-draped coffin. I know. One of those soldiers was my son, Major Bo Biden. I don't know for sure if the burn pit that he lived near, that his hooch was near, in Iraq and earlier than that in Kosovo, is the cause of his brain cancer, the disease of so many other troops. But I am committed to find out everything we can.
But of course, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene had to scream like a couple of baboons tossing their shit at the local zoo. Also, I don't know what it is, but Republicans love to yell during the State of the Union, like Representative Joe Wilson yelling, "You lie," at President Obama in 2009, and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene yelling "liar" at President Biden this year. Anyway, back to the other cast member of Dumb and Dumber, Lauren Boebert. It's truly remarkable how she can just stand there before a camera, put on her most serious face, and talk about honoring our brave troops who have served this country while her voting record tells a completely different story. Seriously, it's truly a magical feat. It's like watching a tightrope walker balancing on a string made of hypocrisy. But then again, what do you expect? Their MAGA cult leader Donald Trump is a 5-time Bone Spurs draft dodger who called our military losers and suckers. So the next time you see Lauren Boebert post a video expressing her unwavering support for American veterans, just remember to comment, "You're a hypocrite," and include this video. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That? If you enjoyed today's episode and want to support the work that goes into creating the What Was That show, you can join my Patreon at whatwasthatshow.com. You'll get access to early episodes, exclusive bits, behind-the-scenes content, access to the show's private Discord, as well as live Q&As to connect directly with me to offer up comments, questions, and suggested topics to be featured on the show. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you over on Patreon.